Hi lovelies, welcome back to UG Update. So guys, let's talk about my Desire series guys. I'll be talking about quite an interesting episode that will be coming up in my Desire series pretty very soon. Guys, it's quite an interesting episode coming, so please don't go anywhere. Watch the video to the very end to find out the shocker that will be coming for Arjun on this episode. But before I continue to the video lovelies, please don't forget that this is still UG Update. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG Updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget guys to give the video a thumbs up. Alright guys, let's dive straight into the video. So guys, let's just start with Arjun asking Mira to take the photo frame and accept his apology. Mira thanks him and then she asks him not to be strict with Karan and says he must be hungry. Arjun says I don't know how to handle him and he's very stubborn and I feel that I couldn't give him good upbringing and has failed as a father. Mira says he shall be taught good manners, but if you behave so much strictly with him, then he will get more stubborn. Arjun says I couldn't give him time and mom just gives him whatever he wants and he is getting spoiled. Mira says she will handle the situation and ask him to give keys. He asks, how will you handle it? Then Mira asks him to trust her. Then she takes the keys and goes. She comes to Karan's rooms and says she has brought food for him. She tells him that as he was hungry, nobody had the food in the house. So she asks him if he thinks of his papa, who does so much for him. Karan thinks Dad married Mira auntie because of me, though he refused. He asks where is Dad and goes out. He then comes to Arjun and asks him to have food. Then Arjun says, I will have food, but I have a condition. Karan says sorry to Mira, holding her ears, and calls her new mama, while Arjun asks him to say sorry for hurting her feelings. Karan says he will do sit-ups, while Mira stops him and forgives him. Karan then asks everyone to come to the dining table. Nitya sees them having food and thinks Mira is trying to snatch her rule and thinks to make her under her control. In another scene, Mahinda asks the servant if he got the sweet from the highway as his nephew likes it. He says yes. Then Mahima says all arrangements are done and asks him not to worry. Mahinda goes to get his phone while the doorbell rings. Mahima opens the door and then she sees Pradyuman and gets shocked. Pradyuman gets shocked too. Mahinda then comes there and asks, how are you, my nephew? Pradyuman asks Mahima, what are you doing here? Then Mahima asks Mahinda if he is your nephew. Mahinda then asks if you know each other. Pradyuman says, I know her very well. He introduces Mahinda to Kashvi, and then Mahinda says he knows Kashvi. She is the best officer and risked her life to save Mahima. He then asks Pradyuman to come inside and not to be formal, and asks Mahima to take Kashvi to the guest room. Mahima asks Kashvi to come, and they go to the guest room. Then Mahima asks, what is this drama? Pradyuman and you are business partners? Kashvi then says yes, I was not aware that Mahinda and Pradyuman are relatives. She then asks, what is your problem as you have moved on? She then says, if you try to do any drama, then I will bring your past in front of your present. Mahima then says, don't dare to do this. Then Kashvi says, if you try to act, then I will. Pradyuman comes there calling Kashvi, then Mahima goes. Pradyuman then tells Kashvi that his guest room is beside this guest room and asks her to tell him if she needs anything and says, I was not aware that Mahinda Chacha has married Mahima. She says he has kept the party for me and says we have to go there. So Kashvi also thinks about Arjun, who will be there, and asks if it is necessary to go. He then says Chacha will announce about our business and says we will meet many people and can benefit in the future. Kashvi then says okay. While in the other scene, Arjun thinks about Kashvi, who must have gone to Delhi and thinks he misses her. Mira comes there and gives his handkerchiefs and wallet. Then Arjun says Kashvi used to do the same thing. Mira then tells Arjun that she knows that Karan is rusticated from his school and asks about the school name showing his book. He says yes, this is the school. Then Mira says her friend's dad is a trustee dad and they can help them with Karan's admission. Arjun holds her hand and thanks her. So back to another saying, Divine says Sir got married and shall give us party. Mahinda says there is another reason for the party and says his nephew is opening his factory and this is a welcome party for him. He says you all are invited. While Arjun in the other hand says many people will get employment. Then Mahinda says my nephew and you are like the same and you shall meet him. He asked him to bring his wife. So later in the party, Divine thanks Mahinda for giving the party. Then Mahima says we shall party like this always. They see Daradi, Romila and others coming there. So Mahinda then tells Mahima that he has invited them. Mahima takes him to the side and asks, why did you call them? Then Mahinda says, I want everyone to hear my nephew's business plan and I thought to call them here. Romila and others comes to Mahima and then Mahima asks them not to meet her and taunts Romila and insults her. Romila gets upset. Then Daradi asks her to calm down. Arjun and Mira comes there and then the ladies gossip that Mira married Arjun, that they didn't get anyone though they are working since years. Arjun asks Mira not to hear them, but then Mahinda announces that he has thrown this party for Mahima and his marriage and also for his nephew who is opening a factory here, and says my nephew and his talented business partner, whom you all know, will do Damal in the business world. Arjun then asks Ranuksa who is the business partner of Mahinda Sir's nephew. Ranuksa says she must be rich. Pradyuman and Kashvi comes there and then Pradyuman gives her hand and Kashvi holds her hand and comes there. Arjun was shocked. Then Mahinda says this is my nephew Pradyuman and his talented business partner and their brand name is the soulmate. Arjun then thinks what the hell, Pradyuman is doing business with Kashvi. One Nitya says from where? From where did Kashvi get so much money? Guys, it's quite an interesting episode and seriously it's a shocker for some people that actually Kashvi is Pradyuman's business partner. Like, that's quite a lot that will be going down on this episode. So please drop what you think about it on the comment section. And as you do that, please don't forget that this is the UG update. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG update, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget guys to give the video a thumbs up. Alright lovelies, that will be a wrap. Thank you guys for watching up to this point. I really love you guys and I'll see you guys on my next video.